From ABC, this is World News Tonight with Peter Jennings. Sitting in tonight, Carol Simpson.
Good evening. As Americans celebrate this country's independence, we begin tonight with the continuing fight over independence in Yugoslavia. Although the fighting has stopped and federal troops have withdrawn to their bases, the situation is tense. And there are fears the civil war, which has left 50 people dead, could resume at any time. The ceasefire between Yugoslavian troops and militias in the breakaway republics of Slovenia and Croatia is extremely shaky. Yugoslavian leaders issued a peace ultimatum to rebel Slovenia, but the republic rejected it immediately. We have more on the story from ABC's Mike Lee.
Slovenian forces cleared away some of their barricades today, but there were larger obstacles standing in the way of a lasting ceasefire. Neither side was willing to remove them. The Slovenians, who refused to give up their drive for independence, received a new ultimatum from Yugoslav federal leaders: withdraw Slovenian forces, return army equipment, and give up control of border posts. The Slovenian president, Milan Kucan, reacted quickly. As we know, if truce is to be obtained, negotiations are needed. However, an ultimatum is not grounds for negotiation. With some army units still surrounded, federal military commanders today warned that the war could start again at any moment. The army charged that Slovenian officials are violating the ceasefire by cutting off their electricity to bases and harassing military families. The Slovenians released some POWs today, yet the army claimed that other soldiers are still in captivity and being mistreated. The army has pulled most of its tanks out of the conflict zone. But here in the Republic of Croatia, there were unconfirmed reports, mostly from the pro-independence media, that the army was joining Serbian civilians in attacking local police. The Serbs are a minority in the two breakaway republics, but they are the largest group within the federal army. The concern in Croatia tonight is that the Serbs, who fear being cut off from the Yugoslav nation, might try to start a war among ethnic civilian groups in hopes of forcing the army to join them. That can make the fighting so far look tame. Mike Lee, ABC News, Zagreb, Yugoslavia.
The struggle in Yugoslavia pits the republics of Croatia and Slovenia, which are the most westernized, against the largest republic, Serbia, which dominates the Yugoslav army. The desire for independence is not new. It is rooted in ethnic, economic, and religious differences that go back hundreds of years. Here's ABC's John Lawrence.
A group of Yugoslav parents came to Slovenia today to visit their sons at a national army base. These are mostly Serbian mothers who have been deeply worried for a week about the fate of their sons serving in the war. The ceasefire made it possible for them to come here. On this day, in this place, everyone seemed happy.
You have to be happy. My parents didn't come, but I called them today, and I phoned my mom. She was crying and everything. She's all right.
And these are Slovenian women whose sons and husbands are on the other side. They gathered in Ljubljana today to sing songs of independence and patriotic pride. And they also sang for peace. There has not been much peace in Slovenia in the past week. Slovenian President Milan Kucan took time today to wish Americans a happy Independence Day, making the point that he wants the same for Slovenia. I must say that this has also been our 1,000-year-old dream, and we want nothing more or less than what the Americans have achieved. Yugoslav army tanks were transported back to their base at Vernica today as part of the ceasefire agreement. Slovenian militiamen here talked about their aspirations for independence. We are fighting for our freedom. This means a great deal to us because we've lived so long among people who wouldn't let us be free. According to local history, the last time Slovenians were free and independent was in the 8th or 9th centuries. Since then, they've always been ruled by outsiders. It's been a long wait. John Lawrence, ABC News, Vernica.
In a moment, President Bush accuses Saddam Hussein of lying about Iraq's nuclear capability. On the American agenda, police reaching out to their communities. and a new look at old-time...